Hi, this is Kelly from Crafty Kellys at www.craftykelly.co.uk. I'm just going to show you this card that I've done today. I'm trying to do a series of cards and demonstrations where I only use a few colours, say 1 or 2, maybe 3 colours, and 1 stamp set, so you don't have to have too many items to create like this kind of look or a beautiful project you're working on. So this I made today, and I have used the Big on Birthday stamp set, and it's got some really lovely stamps in it like this. We use this and this one today, but there's just some lovely things that you can create with it. Really versatile stamp set. So the colours I'm using today are Melon Mumbo and Night of Navy. The cardstock I'm using Night of Navy, Blushing Bride, a little bit more of Night of Navy, and some Whisper White. So I also am going to be using a little bit of Wink of Stella and a snail adhesive. If you want to, you can use glue, and I'm going to be using some dimensionals. Okay, so that's everything I need to get going. So let's make a start. So my card base is 14.9 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. I've already scored a line ready to fold like so. My pink piece of card, so my Blushing Bride, is 14.3 centimetres by 9.8 centimetres. My second piece of Night of Navy is 5 centimetres by 13.5, and my Whisper White is 7.5 by 10.5, but I might trim this up a little bit, we shall see. Okay, so the other thing that I will be using, but you don't have to use, is I'm going to be using a banner punch. But if you don't have a banner punch, you can do it with scissors, so it's fine. And I'll show you how to do that. So, start off, I'm going to create the background for our card, and I'm using this stamp of the flowers. It's just really pretty. And we're using the Melon Mumbo. Let me grab. I'm using the foam stamping board. I just find I get better results. I always use a bit of scrap because I found that I can get quite messy when I'm doing this. So do it that way. Now you can do it any way you want, so the stamp can go down, it can go across, it can be random, entirely up to you. So on this one I kind of was bringing it down, so we'll try to do that again. That's so pretty. There we go. So I've just created a bit of a random pattern. If you wanted to fill in little bits around, you can always just use the side of the stamp. Just do a little bit. So there we go. Fabulous. So that is our base done. And now what I'll do is I'll trim this up and I'll show you how I've just done the ends. So literally, with the great thing about these punches, they're so easy to use. There's like 3 different size slots that you can use. You just slide it in, look into it, make sure that it's nice and lined up. You can use both hands or just the one. A little bit. And then you've got a perfect banner. If you don't have a punch, what I suggest you do is this technique, which I have shown in a video before, is you make a snip at the centre of the card and then you go from each end oh, I've done it a little bit wonky. There we go. And we can make a banner that way. Okay. So you don't have to have a banner cutter. I just like it because it's really easy to use. So what I've done here is on the banner I've stamped a little bit of this same stamp. So let me just clean that off. And we are going to use the Knight of Navy now. I love how Stampin' Up has matching inks and card that just all go so well together. So for this one, I just want to get those flowers at the top. That's just going to be poking through. And then down here, so it doesn't really matter about what happens in the middle. I just want to get a nice flower there. And then again, I just want to try and get that nice flower. It's going to be showing just there. So don't worry about this so much, because that is going to be covered up by your Whisper White. So that's that done. And that's that done. So whilst I've got the Knight of Navy open, I'm going to use my little bit of Whisper White card, and there's this lovely kind of bow style pattern to kind of frame your words, which I really like, which is in the big on birthdays. And I'm just gonna, sorry if my head gets in the way, I'm just gonna line that up, try and be as straight as I can. If you really want, you can use something called a stamper majigger to line your work up. I tend to do a lot of it just freehand. So we are done with the Knight of Navy. Our last stamp in the Melon Mumbo, which is a really popular colour at the moment, but it is so bright and vibrant. It's fab. Right, make sure we've got good coverage. So I'm going to try and line that up like so. try not to rock your stamp. Apply like an even pressure. Let's see how it comes out. Ah, beautiful. So, as you can see, I've got a bit of a tail on the end. You can leave that there if you want, depending like how far you want or how much of the blue banner you want to show. But I want it a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to grab my trimmer. And I'm just gonna trim that up a little bit. Right. There we go. I highly suggest if you do a lot of card making, get yourself a trimmer. Definitely makes a difference. So, find where you want your items on the card. I always play with it a little bit. So you could, if you wanted, take it central. Give a different dynamics to the card. If you wanted, you could even do it sideways. If I was doing sideways, I'd make sure I've stamped up a little bit more. So, have a play with it. But this one today is going off to the side here and here, like that. So I'm just going to use always. Okay, this isn't my normal snail because I've run out of tape in it, so I picked up a cheap one, and I really wish I hadn't bothered because it is rubbish. So I'm gonna pop that to one side, get some good old double-sided sticky tape. I normally, like I said, do prefer to use a snail, but yeah, I got this cheap one because I've got an order coming and it's not here yet, and it's rubbish. I paid £1 for it, which isn't a lot. This one I've never had a problem with. So lesson learned, do not buy cheap. So today we will have to do with some double-sided tape instead, which is a little annoying, but these things happen. And as we are midway through filming, it'll have to do. Right. So there's nothing wrong with double-sided tape. It's just, I find with a snail, it's just much, ooh, apologies. I just find it much easier to kind of use when you're doing stuff, because you don't have to unstick it, or oh yeah, it's just much easier. So right, some dimensionals. So I'm just going to do the corners. Line it up. Like so. There we go. Then the last step, I've just literally added a wink of Stella. Now remember, these inks are water based, so because of adding this, it might smudge the colour a little, so I'm just not going to be too generous. I'm literally just going to go a little bit in the centre of the flowers. Just because I like to add a little bit of sparkle. If you wanted, you could add some diamantes or some string. Entirely up to you. But that is us all done. So another quick and easy card by Crafty Kelly, using 2 colour inks and 1 stamp set. Let me know what you think. I appreciate any feedback, but visit my blog at www.craftykelly.co.uk. It's been a pleasure and hope to see you soon. Bye now.